Merry Christmas, old pal. Merry Christmas. This is their idea of Christmas. I gotta be there for New Year's.
It's Christmas Eve in Los Angeles. The office party's in full swing at Nakatomi Plaza until one man with a gun, no shoes, and a bad attitude decides he's not on the guest list.
Today, we're crawling through the air vents with John McClane himself, breaking down explosions, one-liners, and the eternal question, is this a Christmas movie?
Grab your walkie-talkie, yippee-ki-yay, and let's storm the 30th floor. This is the Shermer High Alumni Association.
I would say hi, guys, but we are doing this on video and we'll post it on our website. And it's very obvious that we're doing this the same night we did the previous episode. So
But we took a break.
we took a break.
We did. We had a little nums.
We did. We
had some za.
we had some za, and now we're back, and we are doing our next Christmas movie.
Is it a Christmas movie?
A Christmas movie? Well, our first movie of the Christmas season is technically Gremlins.
Correct.
Yes, and then we have the next phase of the holiday season, which is Die Hard. I guess that's going to be the question we have to ask at the end of this rewatch is it a Christmas movie? So I think we can just hop right into it.
Awesome.
We all know how each other is.
Yeah. So on Christmas Eve, New York cop John McClane visits his estranged wife at her company's holiday party in Los Angeles, just as terrorists led by Hans Gruber seize the building. Trapped inside, McClane fights back alone using his smarts and grit to rescue the hostages and stop the criminals. Die Hard blends explosive action with sharp humor, redefining the modern action hero and forever fueling the debate over whether it's a Christmas movie. So our main actor is Mr. Bruce Willis.
I love Bruce Willis.
Man, was he good looking back then.
Right?
Not to say he's in now, but
Yeah.
full disclosure, I never saw this movie, so I can't remember ever seeing him in his younger days. And he was a strapping feller.
Well, to me, like I think the first time I saw him was on Moonlighting, which was the TV show he was on with Sybil Shepherd.
Was that before this 1988 film?
I think it was during it.
Okay.
And that was something I noted, and I think I'll note it like in that first airplane scene, is when you first see John McClane, he's got that Bruce Willis like kind of smirk. He kind of has this, I don't know if that's just how his face is, but he just sort of has this like kind of smile, not
a
smile.
shitty-
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Walter Bruce Willis,
Nice.
yes, is a retired American actor. I did not know he retired.
Well, he's,
Yeah, he was, I think, forced into retirement.
because he's got,
Oh.
it was 2022. He retired because he had been diagnosed with aphasia,
Yes.
a disorder typically caused by damage to the area of brain that controls language expression and comprehension. He had actually been nominated for a Golden Raspberry Award, and they actually retracted it.
Whoa.
And the Golden Raspberry Awards, an annual awards for the year's worst films and performances, created a dedicated category the worst Bruce Willis performance in a 2021 movie for Willis's role in 8 films released that year.
What?
8 films did he do in 2021?
In 1 year?
Oh, hold on. 2021. His last film in which he was credited was Sin City?
Yeah.
Or maybe Rock the Casbah?
Rock
No,
the
hold on.
Casbah.
Once upon a time. Hold on.
The Casbah.
Nope, we're just going to sing.
The Casbah.
Motherless Brooklyn in 2019 is his last credited role in a actual non-direct-to-video film.
All right.
So yeah,
He's been around like
he's
a
been
record.
around his
So the golden raspberry was retracted because they realized that
the reason for
the reason for his his decline.
yeah. That's why they took it back, which was
Well, I hope you're doing well, Mr. Willis.
I think his wife does takes excellent care of him.
So does Demi Moore.
And Demi Moore, they are an
have seen about
extended
that, yeah.
family. They are an extended family.
His
And
kids take good care of him too.
yeah. Then we get to Sir Alan Rickman,
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Metatron.
he's dead, you know.
He is dead, Yeah. Not to mention Snape, but he will always, to me, be Metatron from Dogma. Always and forever.
He's everything. He's literally been everything.
So this was his film debut, right?
Was. And he plays the criminal mastermind Hans Gruber in Die Hard. He has also been in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Critical acclaim for Truly, Madly, Deeply. Very good one. An Awfully Big Adventure, Sense and Sensibility. And Michael Collins. He played, so I'm not a Potter person. What is it?
Severus Snape.
Severus Snape in all 8 films of the Harry Potter.
Oh. Oh. Professor Snape.
Also starred in Dogma.
Oh.
I love
Sweet.
Actually. It's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Sweeney Todd, Alice in Wonderland, Eye in the Sky, and A Little Chaos. Never heard of that, but whatever.
Well, prior to that, so through 2005, he had a aggressive form of prostate cancer.
Oh, no.
And that actually, so he had to have a prostatectomy, learn how to speak. And that was during Order of the Phoenix. And I think I've seen him in these interviews saying this, that he ultimately decided to return, saying the argument that wins is the one that says, see it through, it's your story. He had a minor stroke in 2015, and he was then diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, which is what he ultimately passed away from. But nobody knew.
Yeah.
Nobody knew about it.
Did he know about it?
He did, and only his closest family knew about it.
So it was like a Pee-wee thing?
Kinda, yeah, kinda. Because he was a month away from turning 70. He passed away in his home with his wife, who I think they met when they were like 19. Yeah. And so it was a shock. It was a shock to everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. Oh,
Alexander.
what? God and all.
God and all.
He had a sad life. Did you read about him?
Not yet. I see he was a Russian American ballet dancer.
Yeah. And he also worked with Mikhail Baryshnikov.
Okay.
We were talking about, was it Leah Thompson?
Yep.
And this guy also had a fallout with Mikhail Baryshnikov, which sounds like a
Really?
pattern.
Yeah, Mikhail
Sounds like a him
Baryshnikov
problem.
Sounds like a problem.
Yeah.
Him and Leah Thompson would make a very cute couple.
Well, he's dead.
So
He died at
I know, in
he was only
95.
45.
yikes.
That's so sad.
Yeah, but like it sounds like maybe he drank himself to death, but like he wasn't found right away.
What?
Like it took a little bit. Some people were like, we haven't heard from him.
Yeah, he drank alcohol in excess.
Yeah.
Friends became concerned after an uncharacteristic lack of phone calls from him. Oh,
Yeah.
he had been dead for several days. My, oh my.
I know. You never want to be.
Don't get in that position. Please get help. His ashes were scattered in the Pacific Ocean. I thought that was illegal.
Yeah, I don't think you're really allowed to do that.
But we planned that for multiple people, and it's very common on cruise ships.
Yes, it is common.
It's allowed. You're allowed. They do really nice ones in Hawaii where you do a paddle out and you do this whole ceremony. And yeah,
But is it not illegal?
no, it's not illegal.
Okay.
That I don't think companies would be doing it. I think they would go out of business.
Okay.
Like cruises will do, like they'll do a ceremony for
Yeah,
you.
I've seen that on there.
But is that in, well, Hawaii's America,
You're in
but
international waters.
right.
So, yeah.
Like I believe it is illegal to go to Lake Erie and dump ashes.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not allowed to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think when you're out in like
International, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Alexander, we appreciate your
contributions
contribution to Die Hard.
to.
His future remained in the past.
Yeah, I didn't.
And Bonnie.
And then we have Bonnie Bedelia Culkin,
Aunt
Aunt
of Macaulay.
Aunt
and
Bonnie,
Macaulay and
Kieran. And Rory.
and Rory.
Kieran Culkin, man. But she will always be known to me as Camille from Parenthood. One of my top favorite TV shows of all time.
Okay,
Hands down.
who was Camille?
The mother, the matriarch.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah.
Huh. The more you know. I did not put that together, but she also studied ballet.
Did she work with Mikhail Baryshnikov?
She went to the School of American Ballet.
Oh,
Isn't that where Leah Thompson went?
American Ballet Theater.
Okay. And what did?
School of American Ballet.
What's the difference?
She was nominated for a Golden Globe for starring in Heart Like a Wheel in 1983. We'll have to look that up. And then went on to be Holly Gennaro McLean, wife of Bruce Willis's character John McClane in Die Hard and Die Hard 2.
I think this might be one of the biggest budgets we've done, right, Janine?
I think so.
Yeah, this has to be the highest.
I mean, it makes sense. There's a lot of helicopters.
Yeah.
What is the budget, Janine?
Yeah. You want to talk about that?
It's 25 to 35 million.
Mm-hmm.
Is she
Yeah,
It's
so
like she's new.
Earth to Janine.
yes, this is a budget of
Did you
25.
sign in?
I'm not signed in.
God.
Yeah, so this had a budget of 25 to 35 million and it grossed somewhere between 139.8 to 141.5 million.
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot of
lot of
freaking money.
Yeah.
This was definitely very popular amongst the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now, even with that budget, the filming took place almost entirely in and around Fox Plaza in Century City. Situated on the Avenue of the Stars, a mostly unoccupied building was needed, which was under construction, and Fox Plaza offered it. It was secured with two main conditions: no filming during the day and no damage from explosions. So given the fact that it has a one location filming, that is quite a budget.
It's all in the pyrotechnics, right?
must
like
be.
all the special effects. Because obviously they did not blow up this building.
Right.
And I'm trying to think of a movie prior to 88, well, that we've watched that has had that kind of special effects applied to it. And I think this is like the first one.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. It's like it was the helicopters.
It was the helicopter.
And the guy from Goonies.
Yeah,
Shooting up
probably.
it. I call him that. There's Guy from Goonies. There's not Huey Lewis. There's Lamar from Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes.
My.
So yeah, you ready to get into it?
Let's go.
Let's do
Born ready.
Yep. So the movie opens up and we meet John McClane, played by Bruce Willis, and he is landing into Los Angeles on an airplane. He's sitting next to a guy who notices that John's a little like tense in that landing and gives him this advice about, the best way to like reset yourself after a long trip like this, because he's obviously come from New York to LA, is you go home, you take your shoes off, and you make fists with your toes. Well, those are like the two things I got out of that was like the classic Bruce Willis smile smirk and fists with your toes.
That's what I always do.
Yeah. And I was like, well, now I'm going to have to try that.
You should.
And I should have tried it when I got here yesterday, and I didn't think to do it. So I'll do it when I go home tomorrow.
Yeah, I think. And then report back, please.
And I'll report back to you guys. And so he, deplanes. He's got this one big bear. So it's like, just like, take count of that.
Yeah.
I feel like he has two kids.
Yes.
But, so he gets off and he's at LAX. They do film that at LAX. And so he's there to reconnect with his estranged wife, played by Bonnie Bedelia, Camille, whose name is Holly in this movie. So she has taken on this role at the Nakatomi Corporation, and John has been flown in to attend this holiday party. He is met at the airport by his driver, whose name is Arglye.
It's an awesome name.
Which is an awesome name. He's like the sleeper hit of the movie, right? He's like the Neville Longbottom of Neville Longbottom. He like chills the entire movie, like in the background, but at the end, he's
the hero.
He's kind of the hero.
He is the Neville Longbottom. You're right. He's the star of the show.
He John Arglye has him in the like classic 80s limo. He's driving him to Nakatomi Plaza, and Arglye is just like super like nosy.
Super nosy.
So nosy. And like
His first time driving a limo.
Right.
And he's like telling him like all the bells and whistles.
Are you married? Are you separated?
Yeah, like, and then he's
Too
like,
personal.
you didn't think like, you didn't move out here because you thought she was going to fail. And, you figured she'd come crawling home to you. And I'm like, wow. Argyle, you just met this guy.
Shut up, bro.
You are getting out of your element here. Why can't I think of the song that plays? Oh, Christmas in Hollis.
Yeah.
Run DMC. He drops John off, and it's just like today. It's like this is one of these things today. Like it would never happen. Like if your Uber driver dropped you off and was like, "I will wait here for you."
Yeah, I'll just wait in the parking garage. It doesn't work out. Just
just give me a call on the car phone, and
I'll just drive.
or I'll find, or if it doesn't work out, come back. I'll find you a hotel. Things that would not happen today.
Not at all.
At all.
They drop you off and they're like, yeah, fuck
Later.
off.
Bye.
Bye-byes. And so he arrives at the party, and I wouldn't say he stuck out. But like the boss, Tagami, what? The boss's name?
Mr. Dude.
Mr.
Tagami.
Tagami. And he talks to him, and he's like, well, Holly is in the vault room sending some faxes. And back up. So we see Holly earlier when Mr. Tagami is kind of making a speech to all the staff, and you see her kind of walking through, and she's holding this huge stack of like dot matrix reports. And I'm like, oh my God, that so takes me back to self-funded days. And like, we still had that. We worked on a mainframe. We had those kind of reports that got printed out. Like, it was wild. John gets brought into Holly's office, and Ellis, who's one of the coworkers who's been hitting on Holly, like, gross. The guy's gross.
Yeah, it's gross.
And Mr. Tagashi brings John into the office. I'm just going to keep changing his name. Mr. T. We're just going to call him Mr. T.
Mr. D.
He doesn't live long enough to know.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. So he like brings her. So they're all in this office, and it's awkward because they're standing at awkward positions. And then Holly comes in, and you can tell just like by how they both look at each other, just how much they love each other. Like you see it right away. But then like Ellis, man.
Wasn't he doing lines on her desk?
Yeah, he was doing and that's something John like points out to him. He's like, he missed some.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. T is like, this is John. He's a police officer.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
Like-
oh, that's why
Yeah.
he pointed it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, like,
He's like,
you probably shouldn't be doing
this is
one.
Brenda's cop.
Holly's policeman.
Yeah. Like, you might not want to be doing that in front of him.
And then Ellis, because he's all fucking jacked up, he's like, show him the watch.
Yeah.
And that was so creepy.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
Show it. And then she's like, no, later. Like, and John, like, he's New York, right? He's like, I don't give a fuck about a watch. I'll see it later. And then he gets out of it. Like, is there a place that I can go? And so they go into this very lavish bathroom that is like directly off of an office,
Yeah.
off the office hallway. I thought that was interesting, but maybe, I don't know. But the thing that stuck out to me right in that scene was the wallpaper.
Yes.
And I said something to Mom because we were watching it. I was rewatching it this afternoon. I was like, I think this was in like Grandma and Grandpa's house. She goes, I think it was in the lobby. I think it was in the lobby of the Hill Rock. It was like this really metallic, shiny,
Yeah.
shiny wallpaper. I'm like, that's from something.
Yeah.
And so John and Holly are in this executive bathroom together, catching up. It's sweet, endearing, and then it turns into like,
Not
couple
a
fight.
marital argument.
And then she's got to go. She's got to go because she's got to say some words to the troops. And so she leaves, and he's kind of there by himself. And this is where you're seeing these cut scenes of these, in this impending truck and this Mercedes are kind of driving into the arrival plaza of Nakatomi Plaza. And this is where we see, so we usually see like this Mercedes pull up, and that's when Theo and blonde German guy, that guy, get out of the car and they come in, and Theo, I think, is the real psychotic of this entire movie. Because it's just like he has no, I don't know, his actions, his words, his sounds, everything. So he comes in doing this like Kareem, like bit, like, yeah, and then Kareem shot 3, and the other guy just comes in and shoots the guard in the head, right? And then Theo just kind of jumps up and like deer kicks him.
Yeah.
Like the guy's already dead.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, "Grr," and he takes over, and then he takes off, and like the entire server room of the whole building is off the front lobby. And as an ex-IT person, that is not where your server room should be.
No.
At all. But I did appreciate it. I did appreciate the serverness of it. And so this is where we meet Hans Gruber. So they come in back, so they radio down to the truck that's down in the parking garage that Arglye doesn't see for whatever reason. And so they start backing that truck up, and it opens, and out comes like the guy who's not Huey Lewis, and then Alan Rickman, you see him. Do you know what guy I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, oh my God, Huey Lewis is in this movie. No, he's not. And so, so that's when we see a very dapper Alan Rickman.
Mm-hmm.
And so he appears to be like, but he's not a ringleader, but he's like the mastermind. He's the mastermind behind this entire operation. And so they obviously know the entire schematics of this building. They know exactly what each one of them need to go do. And so Hans is like this, he's the project manager, basically, of this robbery, right? He's the wolf of, Pulp Fiction. He's the one to make the things happen. And so the team goes off, and so then we got a lot of low voltage going on in this movie, which I appreciate. So you got the one guy who's gone, and he is clipping off all the different pairs off the, like what it looks like is the phone system. But then another German guy comes with a chainsaw and just hacks all the lines all the way through, which, go fuck yourself, man. Do you know how hard that is to rerun all that?
Yes.
On like 35 floors of phone runs?
When he cut those, I
dick.
just looked at those and thought, oh, Kristen's probably like,
Oh, you are a dick. They got to rerun all of that. Well, most of the building was destroyed. I mean, an entire, so, so this is what, so Hans and the guys that are with Hans, they ascend up to the 30th floor. They obviously know that whatever's happening is happening on the 30th floor. They know exactly where they're going. And they come in, and I feel this throughout the movie. Like, they're all very willy-nilly with their gunfire.
Yes. Yep.
What is the absolute point of just firing? Like, I know it's still like maybe instill some fear, but there was a lot of willy-nillying on the machine
Yes.
gun fire. I'm just saying. And so John hears this. He's still in the shiny bathroom, and he's looking out. He's casing like.
And people are screaming.
Right, and we got one set of boobies in here. They do round up this one woman, and she's like laying flat on a desk. And so the Germans, and maybe it was some Italians. This is a hodgepodge robbery crew, because they're not all German. And so they're rounding all the employees up to be out in that 30th floor lobby, and John escapes. John is able to get over to the stairwell and get out of there without them seeing him. And
He goes up.
he goes up. And so he starts to figure out what's on each floor. And and then he notices like on one of the floors, and that's where we saw the Italian guy. And I only know this because I'm 51 and I have to have the closed captioning on.
Me too.
And I see speaks in German, speaks in Italian. So that's the only way I knew that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known it.
I didn't have the closed captions on.
Well,
so-
good for you.
Yeah. Well, it's only because I was watching it at work.
Then you would have the closed
Yeah.
captioning on.
No.
That doesn't make any sense.
Then you would read it.
I had earbuds in.
Right. How do you know what they're saying?
I was listening to them with my ears.
Oh, you know what? Good for you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, this is where I do like you're going back and forth. You see Theo, who's doing all the like computery stuff, and he's making all these weird noises, and I'm like, what does this remind me of? And I think it's Lamar from Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The guy, and he makes. I could be getting that wrong.
No, you're right.
So that's Lamar.
Okay.
And so we got Hans has now taken Mr. Tagashi up to Mr. Tagashi's museum of an office, and they take him into his office to like kind of break into or get into the computer workstation. And it just, again, I'm like, fuck, I'm old. Like, that's what I worked on. Like that mainframe green screen computer. And I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. And so then Mr. T basically figures this is not like a terrorist thing. It's a robbery that they have these $640 million in bearer bonds. And as one who just got out of a finance class in which we actually did learn about bearer bonds, basically were these sheets of paper with these coupons on them that are not attached to a human being. So like I have stock in American Airlines, right? But it's my stock in American Airlines. But bearer bonds were whoever is in possession of them owns them. There are no names recorded. So that's just a little background on bearer bonds. Is that's why they wanted them, because they would just become theirs. They would sit on them and then cash them in at a later time and make billions of dollars, basically. So we see John. John gets up to a floor that's like, I think under construction. And this is where he really just starts having full-blown conversations with himself.
Yeah.
Full-blown.
That's what you should do.
And so he is trying to just figure out the situation. And so I think his first attempt is pulling the fire alarm, which they quickly reverse. And they know something strange is going on, because like that shouldn't have happened. But they don't know what yet. And this is maybe a question. Would John have been more successful or less successful had he been wearing shoes?
They maybe could have heard footsteps with shoes.
That was my thought.
Maybe.
And maybe not as grippy on some things.
Right.
Not saying he's like a monkey, but like,
But he could
did
just
the
kind of.
right, like like the no shoes was like, because then he's met by one of the Germans. One of the Germans does end up on his floor looking for him because he's on the 32nd floor,
Yes.
which is where the fire alarm was pulled.
Right.
But he gets away, or he hides in such a way that he does end up killing the German.
Yes.
They were fighting, and they go down a flight of stairs, and the German's neck snaps. He's dead. And so John actually sends him down the elevator wrapped in like, do you have a Santa
Santa's
Claus
hat.
hat on? And then like
Wrote on his sweatshirt.
and now I have a machine gun, ho, ho, ho. And Hans is like, okay, this is not part of the plan. This is not like, he's thinking it's a rogue, they're thinking it's a rogue security guard that they just missed in their planning. But Hans doesn't think so. This just seems a little bit beyond a security guard. So okay, this is a long movie, right? I think, and I think it's the longest movie we've done so far. And so basically what you have is this period of maybe an hour of John just running and killing and running. And this just kind of goes on for a while. But when he does send down the first German guy, he is on top of the elevator shaft. And his elevator shaft skills are fantastic.
Yeah. How does he know how to do all
Yes.
that?
Like
Cop training.
when I was in...
Do you learn that in cop training
I don't
school?
see why you wouldn't.
No, maybe like I could see maybe firefighters, but like I would never have thought like the pull to unlock the door, like genius.
And he knew like when he got to the top to like lay down, like he just, I don't know. How
he was just very proficient in, and that's old style elevators, like cables. They don't really do the cables anymore.
Yeah.
Those aren't really done
I
anymore.
feel like a New York City cop should have all this training.
I really do. I agree. But it did bring me back because especially when he went to the top and he kind of comes out over and you're still in this construction. Like when I was in hotels, that was the scariest part of my job was when I would go by the empty elevator shafts because the elevator cabs haven't been put in yet. And it's like,
Yeah.
no. But it was like exactly that. That was very accurate. That's when I was like, this isn't a set. Like this is like done in a real building.
Yeah.
At this point in the movie, I think it goes from suspense to just like pure chaos, right? This is when explosions start happening. This is where because off the German guy, he got a radio, right? He got a radio and he's able to radio for help.
Yeah, and screw that dispatcher.
Oh my God, that dispatcher.
I just want to punch her in the
her.
freaking ear.
Like, sir, this is like, does this guy sound like he's joking?
Apparently.
Like, it was so upsetting.
Yeah, it was.
So, but
But I love when he was like, I'm ordering a fucking pizza.
Yeah,
What do you
like,
think I'm doing?
it was hilarious how inept this movie made the LAPD.
Yes.
Just the entire movie.
Yeah.
Like the deputy sergeant, everybody. And so, you know, the dispatcher's like, yeah, send a black and white over there. And so they radio over to who we come to know as Sergeant Al. And he's just buying all the Twinkies in the like 7-Eleven or Wawa or whatever he's in. And the clerk's like making fun of him.
Yeah. It's like, my wife's pregnant.
Sure, sure, buddy.
Like, and so Al becomes like the buddy. He becomes the partner in this whole thing, right? I don't know. You got just such a like excited look on your
Yeah,
face.
What is it, Lassie?
I'm thinking of something about him.
He was
He's Steve
Urkel's
Urkel's dad.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
But I
so
was like,
I was in a pool with Steve Urkel in West Hollywood once.
That's weird.
that's weird.
Isn't that weird? I could tell you the name of the hotel, but I'd have to look at a map. But yeah,
I don't think that's important. What's important is why. And did you say hi to him, or did you like acknowledge?
I think we did.
Were you like, Steve Urkel? And he was like,
That's me. Honestly, I don't
"It
remember.
wasn't
It
me."
was such a great little hotel. It was a great rooftop pool. Anyway, so yes, he was Steve Urkel's dad.
Yes.
So, but we
And
learned,
there's also a cop in that, right?
yes, maybe so he's not even a street cop.
But maybe in Die Hard, his wife was pregnant with Steve
Steve
Urkel.
Urkel.
That could be.
The timeline doesn't match up, but
No, I was just thinking.
yeah,
that.
the timeline doesn't match up, but yeah. So they radio to him. It's not just a general call, like who's closest. I'm just making up cop stuff. I don't know how cops decide these things. But like it's specifically radioed to him. But he is not a street cop, he's a desk jockey. So I just thought it was interesting that he's radioed for this. Because it's not like they know where he is. It's not like they have GPS on these fucking things in 1980.
They didn't know he was at the Wawa getting Twinkies.
Exactly.
Right.
He goes over there, Sergeant Al. He goes over there.
Urkel's dad.
Urkel's dad goes over there and he goes to the building. And not Huey Lewis, I believe, kind of tells him like,
That's cool. Everything's
but
good.
everything's good. You can look around. Everything's fine.
I'm just watching the football.
And I thought that was very brave.
It was.
It was a bold move, I felt like on their part, considering how much was going on above.
They had it all planned out.
Yeah. It was still interesting. He leaves. He leaves and he's kind of like, there's nothing going on here. And John's up at the top and he's seeing this cop leave. And he's like, no, like this
Hell
guy
no.
cannot leave. This guy. And then all of a sudden, you see this dead body just like land on top of his cop car, right? And he's like, oh, fuck, like something's wrong. He's like, get me help, because, and then like moments, you've got like 10 LAPD cars coming towards the plaza, but don't come to the plaza. And they all do that annoying thing that cop cars in TV shows or movies do. It's like this like really dramatic like turn and stop.
Yeah.
Like, you could have just parked. You could have just stopped the car.
But then it wouldn't have looked as cool.
Right.
I know.
Be
It's just
boring.
stupid. Al and John are the first to kind of communicate with each other, right? And they communicate throughout the remainder of the movie. But not long after, the vice principal from Breakfast Club shows up.
Yes.
And he's the most inept deputy chief
Yeah.
on the face of the planet.
And he's
so,
a jerk.
and he's a jerk,
But he
pompous,
was in Breakfast Club too.
and he was a pompous jerk.
Right.
And he actively sets this whole thing back, right?
Yes.
But Hans doesn't mind this. Hans does not mind that they're just fucking up,
Yeah.
right?
Well, yeah.
And Al's trying to tell them this is a terrorist thing or this is, whatever. And he's basically being told, like, you're an idiot. You don't know what's going on. And the guy you're talking to is probably one of the terrorists. And he's like, no. And then all this gunfire starts coming. And Al's trying to tell him, no, they're going for the lights so they can get the lights off the building. And he's right about everything, right?
Yep.
And I know this is out of timeline, but at some point the FBI shows up. And the bad guy from Goonies is one of the FBI agents.
So we can't even get like a regular officer there. We get a desk officer, and then we escalate to the FBI.
Well, we've got the desk officer, and then we've got the deputy chief of police, and then he's with some officers.
Yeah.
And then you've got the semi-truck of LAPD. So you've got all of LAPD really there, but then the FBI shows up. And they go into protocol, I imagine. This is the protocol we're going to do. We're going to go and we're going to cut power. We're going to do this and this. And all of it fails. Everything they try is just a mess. And I do believe I don't know if it's the FBI or the LAPD who send in the tanker.
I think that was the FBI.
And that ends up getting blown up. So they're just getting guys killed.
Yeah. And they're
And
just like,
nobody's listening to Al. Nobody.
yeah.
Poor
Well,
Al,
Poor Al.
he just wants Twinkies.
being discredited.
So Hans is starting to, he knows somebody is starting to pick off all of his guys, right? I watched this twice and I still don't understand the glass shards because that seemed to take up a lot of time. Where John got all the glass shards and he's cleaning out the glass shards from his feet. It just dragged on for a really long time. It's like that scene in Friday the 13th where the girl was just making tea for like ever. And you're like, I can't get this fucking time back.
Yeah.
That was kind of how this was for me. So Hans and John start interacting with each other. John kind of, he's radioing, they're talking. And that's when Hans starts calling him a cowboy. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the famous lines from it where he, you think you're a John Wayne or blah, blah, blah. And John says, no, I've always saw myself more of a Roy Rogers. And then that's when he's multitasking in all of this, which is fantastic. And as he's about to leave the floor he's on, this is when he cuts communication with Hans for a bit. He's just like, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Is that a Roy Rogers?
I think yippee-ki-yay is.
Well, yeah, not motherfucker.
Obviously not.
Do we know what that means?
It means let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, also,
Like-
what is $650 million today? From 1980.
640?
Was it 640?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
That would be 1.75 billion.
Okay, so it was a significant chunk of change.
It's a nonsensical cowboy phrase used to express excitement or a cheerful shout.
Okay, great. Well, that's good to know.
Motherfucker.
So we do get back to Theo. We go back and forth with Theo to see his progress because he's got to, and he has told Hans earlier on he needs like 2.5 hours. And that's why they have to kind of drag this whole thing out. That it's not a in and out kind of thing, is that the code breaker needs almost 3 hours to get all of these locks open so they can access this vault.
It's a long time.
It is a long time. And so you kind of go back to him, and the more you go back to him and you're like, this guy's like insane.
Yeah.
With like, he has no, like, he's got to be like a sociopath,
Yeah.
you know? At one point, John does get a hold of like somebody else's backpack. Not the first guy's, but it was like somebody else's, and it has the like a block of C4 in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think John is realizing what's going on because the FBI is out there, the police is out there, they're not accomplishing anything, and he's got to do something. And so I think what he does is he attaches the C4 to like maybe an office chair, and he plummets it down the elevator shaft.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's another one, because he was like, Geronimo, motherfucker. I think that's when he says that. I could be wrong. And so now the cops have decided, like, John is the problem.
Yeah.
Maybe not the problem, but he is a problem.
A problem.
And they're Deputy Chief Robinson, is like, stop, stay out of this. We've got this. And we don't want you, like, you're a piece of shit, and, Al takes back the guy. And he was like, how you doing? Pretty fucking underappreciated, Al. I'm feeling pretty fucking underappreciated. And I'm like, I need to make that into something. I don't know what, but something. So FBI, they've decided they're bringing in some copters. And Hans, in the meantime, just to prolong this, has decided to give demands. They never were planning to really do that because they weren't terrorists. They didn't want to negotiate for something. They were robbing. He comes up with this like list of different like probably Antifa like organizations in other countries that he wants all released just to prolong this, right?
Yeah.
And so it's obvious that the FBI has no intention on doing any of this, and that Hans has requested the helicopters, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the plan is, I think, and I don't know if this is actually coming together for me right now, as to why Theo then went to the green truck to drive out an ambulance for a medical emergency van. Because I think the plan is that they were all going to get into that van and drive away as the building exploded.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I'm a little slow on the uptake.
It's okay. You're old.
But
Real
right.
old.
So that was the original plan. It doesn't end up that way.
Thwarted.
It is thwarted. Ellis decides he's going to go in and he's going to talk to Hans. He's going to help Hans.
Yeah.
And basically
Be the hero.
be the hero. And it's like, but he doesn't give up Holly.
No.
Like, he does not give any indication that Holly is John's wife, and that he says, you and I are old friends, And John is like trying his hardest to, tell Hans, I don't know this guy. I don't know this guy. I don't know this guy. Because he knows Hans is just going to kill him.
Yeah.
Right? But Ellis doesn't know that. Ellis doesn't know that that's what's in Hans's mindset. Because he doesn't know what John has done at all.
Mm-hmm.
He just thinks John's like running around willy-nilly, fucking up this robbery.
Yeah. Being a vigilante.
Right. Hans kills Ellis. How do they find out he's John McClane? The media finds out who John McClane is before they do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with it. And so the media is like, this is the girl, find out this is who he is. He's a New York cop, blah, blah, blah. And so they find out all the information about them, show up at their house where the maid or the nanny answers the door. The not Scooby-Doo guy is like, where, I need to come in. I need to interview these small children.
Well, because it's
The last time they're going to be able to talk to their parents. And now all of a sudden, for whatever reason, Hans now has one of those tiny baby TVs that like mom used to have in her room.
Yeah.
When we
Well,
lived-
you have one of those in your office when you're like an executive.
I guess so, but I don't remember seeing a TV when she was like on the phone earlier. I don't remember a TV. It's like a TV was brought to him.
Well, you bring it out when like there's special.
But you're
occasions and
thinking,
stuff.
I might be on TV. I might want to check that out.
Yeah.
So the TV just happens to be on because the media gets into this house because the not Scooby-Doo guy
Yes.
threatens the nanny with calling INS.
Ah, jeez.
So he gets in and they interview the kids. And so Hans is seeing this and he's like, wait,
Wait a
that
minute.
little girl looks like that little girl. Because the media guy's like, what do you want to say to your mommy and daddy?
Yes.
So I don't know how they knew there was a mommy in there. I don't know. Because she was using her maiden name,
Right.
Geronimo or Garamo or whatever it was.
Whatever.
Hans turns and he sees this it was a picture that Holly had placed down on the credenza earlier on in the movie. And it was a family picture of all of them.
Yes.
And so he recognizes her and he puts two and two together. And so now he basically takes Holly as kind of this last piece of leverage that he might have because he's realizing he's
like
very
"Hello."
quickly losing control of the situation. And Theo is not quite into the vault yet.
Yeah. He's like, hello, Mrs. McLean. Nice to meet you.
Yes. And I thought they did an excellent job the whole movie, not like, I think,
Giving
they
her
did a
up, yeah.
really good job. And Theo does get into the vault. And you see him just flipping through all the bearer bonds. It's like, I don't think you need to flip through them, just fucking steal.
Right. Just take them.
And so they're going to load in all of the bearer bonds. And so they end up, I don't know. I don't understand what they're doing because they want to move all the people up to the roof. I don't know why. Were they planning to,
No, there was a reason.
I
It
have
was
no idea.
because They knew,
was he going to have them go in the, because his whole thing was when he was telling John,
There was a reason.
when you steal $600, you can disappear. But when you steal $600 million, they will find you. That's why they're all supposed to think that we all died in this. And then he moves everybody up to the roof, but they're supposed to all go down to get into this Medivac van,
Right.
which Theo is for some reason in charge of, probably because all these other guys are dead.
He called for the helicopter to evacuate everybody from the roof.
And they would discover,
And then John McClane disrupted this plan by getting the attention of the hostages on the roof and telling them to get off the roof just before the explosion, which ultimately foiled Gruber's scheme to disappear without a trace.
because it was supposed to look like they didn't make it out,
Right.
that the guests did, but the robbers didn't. But then they would have taken off. But then what you see is Arglye, who for the evening has been just drinking liquor in the back of this,
Talking on the phone.
talking on the phone next to this bear.
Yeah, just chilling.
Blaring some rap.
Blair, yeah, just drinking all night. So then he moves and he's able to hear these radio transmissions too.
Well, after a while.
Yeah, after a while. So I'm not sure exactly how he's picking that up. Maybe he has a CB radio in the limo for limo business.
Yeah. So after a while, or no, doesn't he pick up like the news story?
He picks up John talking to Hans or John talking to Al. He's able to hear it from the car. So I don't know if he's on a CB and he's on the same channel.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I
okay.
mean,
And then he sort of looks around like, wait a minute. And then he sees that truck.
so that he's kind of floating
Yeah.
limo,
Doo-doo-doo.
and he
Like,
sees.
did he just put it in neutral and just sort of
It-
like,
that's how it seemed, like he was just kind of slow rolling. And then he sees the guy come out of the van, and he with this kind of ambulance, right?
yeah.
And he's pulling up, and I don't know if Argyle just did this out of instinct. Like I don't think he like. How would he know? I don't know. I don't know how he would know, but that's what we're gonna go with.
Yeah.
And he goes and he just plows into the medic van, and he goes and he just punches Theo in the face.
But it was like such a little wimpy, it was like, bling, bling. And the guy's like,
I know. And he's like,
what?
and Argyle's so proud of himself. But it wouldn't have mattered because nobody's going to make it down there anyway, because then you go back and you've got Hans has a gun to Holly's head. Not Huey Lewis is standing there. And you've got John, who's just covered in blood.
Yeah.
He's very bloody
And dirty.
and dirty,
Dirty blood.
dirty blood, and slimy.
And sweaty.
Yeah,
And glassy feet.
and glassy feet. He's got
Yeah. He's got a lot going
he's got a lot going on. And right, and I'll say this in a second, but he had time to strap a gun to his back.
Well, yeah.
Um,
He got to the mail station and he had time to use the holiday tape to tape some stuff on his back.
so he's talking to Hans, and what they're I think they go back to the cowboy talk.
Yes,
right.
they do. There's a lot of cowboy talk.
There's a lot of cowboy talk. And then, so he does put down his gun. He puts down his gun, and, they're talking back and forth. And yeah,
It's our dad.
our dad is here. Hi, Dad.
Hi, everybody.
No one can hear you.
Cowboy
I don't
talk.
remember what the line was that they all started laughing. They're talking their cowboy talk, and then Hans brings back the conversation from earlier in the evening where John says, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker." And he starts to laugh. And then John starts to laugh. And then not Huey Lewis starts to laugh.
Everybody's
And then
laughing.
everybody's laughing. Everybody's laughing
Except Holly.
except Holly. She's got a gun to her head. And so John's got his hands behind his head, and then it pans back, and you see he's just got a whole other gun taped to the back of his body. That must have been really good tape, because he was very bloody and sweaty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would have to be like gorilla tape.
Yeah. Yeah, like really sturdy tape.
And that would hurt coming off.
I think there's going to be a lot of things on John that hurts. I think that might be the least of his worries. And so after all this maniacal laughing, John then grabs the gun. He's like Holly down, and he's able to like shoot Hans.
Yeah.
And he goes like wheeling back like Mrs. Voorhees.
These mattresses that are formerly
They're bad. And he grabs Holly as he's like falling out of this building. And then cops are, somebody's.
I hope that wasn't one of the hostages.
Unbelievable. It was probably a sales guy who was depressed. But anyway, so Hans is holding on to Holly and like like peak, like Bruce Willis. He's slobbering. He's got the blood. And he's just trying to get that watch off of Holly, because then he'll just slip.
Yeah.
And that's that Rolex watch. And, so, and he gets that off. And it is like the slowest slow motion scene of somebody falling. And it was fantastic.
Hopefully they recovered that watch.
But still, like, the Deputy Chief Robinson is still nobody believes that this is the situation that it is. Because even when John and Holly come out of the building, Chief Robinson is still like, I'm going to nail you for this and this and this and this.
Yeah, John, we need your help.
And then finally, one of the guys comes out, one of the German guys. German dude comes out with his gun, and he's going to, I don't know what he's going to do. He's very bloodied. And, John hits the ground with Holly, and you see that the guy gets shot.
But you missed the part where John and Holly, like, after he pulls her, out, and they have the big smooch.
Up in when they're still up on the 30th floor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because right. Well, there's all that sexual tension now because he's a hero. He's a hero, and he saved her life.
John and Holly hit the ground, and the bloody German guy is going to kill some people. And you see a couple gunshots go off back and forth. And then one more, and it's Sergeant Al.
Yes.
And so he has, like,
redeemed
broken out of that, like,
desk job.
That whatever mental space he put himself in to not go back out on the streets. And so you're like, yay, Al, we love you so much.
Well, it's because he killed a kid.
Well, yeah, right. And so that's when you see the limo pulling up, and I think Al's like ready to, he's like, and John's like, no, he's with me. And he, puts his arm around Holly, and they start walking towards the car, and the newscaster stops, like, is trying to stop them, like, now that this is over, how do you feel, or what do you, whatever he asked him, and Holly just punches him in the face because he went into her fucking house.
Yes.
And that was fantastic. And that was, like, really the last
That's awesome.
bit of the movie.
Yep.
Because they, Arglye, opens the door, lets them into the completely, at this point, fucked up limo. And is like, if this is your Christmas Eve, then I cannot wait to see what New Year's is.
Yeah.
They get into the limo, and you see John and Holly again kiss, and they drive away to the Christmas music. And that's what makes it a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Terrible.
It's a wonderful life.
It is. What is it at the end? Let it snow?
Yes.
So, yeah.
And scene.
Yeah.
Scene. Well, the critics absolutely loved this movie. It had got a 94% on both tomato meter and popcorn meter, which, yeah, go DieHard. There's a review from the Daily Beast.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of that?
Mm-hmm. I didn't know the Daily Beast was that old, but yeah.
Huh. Well, he had a pretty good review, giving it a tomato, saying, "That's right, I'm saying it loudly and proudly, since John McTiernan's 1988 action classic isn't just set at Christmas time. It embodies the very spirit of the holiday." I think that's the most sarcastic review I've ever heard.
I don't know. Is it sarcastic?
Embodies the spirit of the holiday?
That's
With a bunch of machine guns and
there's
German
love and
terrorists.
There's a Christmas party.
there's a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
There's a dead man in a Santa hat.
Yes. It says ho ho.
There was a
ho.
blow mold Santa.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I have to provide any more proof.
Okay. Well, there's that. Well, Kevin Thomas with the Los Angeles Times gave it a splat and said, as a grand flourish of cinematic technique, it is awesome. As a human drama, it is disgusting and silly, a mindless depiction of carnage and on an epic scale.
I feel like that's a bit much.
It's a bit much.
Oh boy.
I mean, mindless depiction. Come on. Like that.
Disgusting and silly. I don't think are in my top 10 words to describe this movie.
Mm-mm.
No. What part of it was silly?
Right.
Fragment like Pee-wee's Playhouse. Like, at what part in this movie are you like, that's so silly? Mr. Thomas, I think you're
Very weird
a
play on
mindless
words.
depiction of carnage on an epic scale.
I don't think there was.
Disgusting and silly.
I guess the like brains splattering up against the like window when Mr. T was killed. I guess think of a movie prior to this. And we're probably not the best people to ask because we didn't really watch movies like this. Was there a movie prior to this that was this graphic in bloodshed? You know,
Yeah.
where thoughts at this time were like, this is a lot. This is too much. Like today we're so desensitized. Like we're in an era of Grand Theft Auto kind of like generation where it's like nobody bats an eye. But in 1988 or whenever this was.
I mean, unless we're talking horror movies.
But even the horror movies, like, weren't realistic. You saw brain matter on the glass of, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot more
I
realism
guess
to
I
that,
wasn't really paying attention to it.
as opposed to like Tina's 16 gallons of blood in Nightmare. Like,
400 gallons.
Geysers
a
of blood.
paper truck full of Johnny Depp's blood. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Now I'm trying to find a gory movie.
Oh boy.
Well, I digress.
What did your buddy Roger Ebert say about this movie?
Oh, Roger. He splatted it and he said inappropriate and wrong-headed interruptions reveal the fragile nature of the plot and prevent it from working. What?
Wait, what?
What? What?
Inappropriate and
Wrong-headed
interruptions.
I feel like anybody can be a critic and they just like pull these words out and like put them together.
Right, I'm trying to put the sentence structure together.
These just don't make sense. Inappropriate and wrong-headed interruptions.
Oh, buddy.
Fragile nature.
Why
Is the plot fragile natured? And how did it not work? It worked to the tune of 212 million. Roger.
Yeah. You're
Fuck
pretty
off.
far off on this one.
Yeah.
Mister. But for him, a 2 out of 4 means he didn't absolutely hate it. Because he's given zeros, right?
He has.
So, inappropriate.
Well, he could have made it majority a splat and then thrown in a tomato if he liked it a little bit. But this is just
he didn't know what tomatoes or splats were, so
true.
he knew stars.
Mm.
And he gave it 2 out of 4
Well,
stars.
it's a 50%. So
Yeah, I don't understand the sentence structure of that sentence.
no, me neither.
Okay, so Die Hard was 88. But this movie is the one that's considered like the one that kind of, well, here, I think this is it. The everyday guy. Terminator was the Terminator,
True.
but John McClane is just a guy.
He's
So I
just
think
an everyday New York cop.
he was just an everyday. So you had things like, what was the bus movie? Speed, and like the action movies and airplanes and all that. Like, so this really like
Snakes on a plane.
maybe.
Killer Clown in outer
Um,
space.
Roger Ebert was notably unimpressed by the action-packed spectacle, giving Die Hard just 2 out of 4 stars and taking issue with the unnecessary adornments of the script. Oh, Ebert was extremely critical of Paul Gleason's character, Dwayne T. Robinson, the stubborn and now-nonsense LAPD deputy chief, who serves as an antagonist presence because of his skepticism. And Ebert referred to him so willfully useless, so dumb, so much of a product of the idiot plot syndrome that all by himself, he successfully undermines the whole entire last half of the movie. While Ebert felt that Robinson brought down the film because of his lack of intelligence, Gleason did, in fact, serve his purpose and added some extra tension among the core characters as they carried out their risky mission. Yeah. This is an interesting one on the cringe scale. Are we getting soft? Like, I don't think it's cringe. I guess I'll give it a kind of cringe.
Why?
I don't know.
For the hell of it?
I think so. Like a 1. I'm giving it like a 1 out of 5. I think the casual use of cocaine,
Who doesn't use cocaine?
the the naked secretary on the desk. So there are some tropes in this where
It
you're
was an
like,
80s holiday party.
I know, like who wasn't doing that? I reference everything back to Adventures in Babysitting, and it's like,
Why?
Word.
because that was
It
so
sets
cringy.
the bar.
It sets the bar of cringe for me. And there wasn't anything that I felt like I had to look away from. I thought the storyline is very clear. I thought it's a long movie, but it did keep me interested.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I don't know. I'm going 0. I'm going like, there was no cringe in it. And I probably would watch it on a Saturday during the holiday season. And I do consider it a Christmas movie.
Fair.
Yes.
I'm going to agree with not really cringe. I'm also going to have a full disclosure that I only watched half this movie.
So you haven't even seen the other half that we've talked about.
Right. And that isn't anything to do with the movie. It's just my lack of timing to do so. But I am
How
actually.
dare you?
I know. I was doing this whole surgery recovery
Yeah, that's
thing
true.
and things, and
Then you should have had plenty of time.
I was sleeping.
But do watch the end of it.
I want to watch
Okay.
the end actually, because I got to the point where I was like, I don't have time to finish this, but I want to finish it.
Yeah.
And now you're invested.
Right.
Yeah.
So now I actually do want to see how it all plays out.
Yeah.
But from what I saw, I was not cringed out. And at this point, I think I would have it on in the background on a Saturday while cleaning the house.
Okay.
Always comes back to her cleaning her house.
I think it does for all of us at one point or another.
I've never cleaned
I've-
my house.
Because that's what I do on Saturdays.
My house is just perpetually.
I've had it for a few movies where it's like, if I'm cleaning and it's a Saturday and it's on, I'll keep
So I
it
always
on.
have a TV on somewhere while
Yeah.
I'm cleaning.
Like, yeah.
I will say that there's a lot of movies that we have watched that I struggle to get through. Like I'm pausing, and I'm like
Is this over
pausing. This was one that like I felt like I could just keep watching because I was engaged. But I was
Mhm.
like, okay, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen? And like I'm not normally an action movie kind of gal.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
And I would say that normally if somebody's like, "Oh, we're gonna watch this," I'm like,
Yeah.
And so when I saw that we were gonna watch this, I was like, great. And I have never seen this movie before, which is like, so I wasn't really excited to watch it. But I was very engaged in it, and I thought that it was exciting, and like the storyline kept you like excited to see what was going to happen. And I don't think there was any cringe to it. Sure, you see boobs, but like we're all women, and like, so what? There's boobs, and like, who cares that there's cocaine?
And it's like a nanosecond of boobs, so
right. It's just
Right.
like
it's not John Hughes boobs.
it's a blip of boobs.
Yeah.
And
They weren't foreign boobs.
Yeah.
yeah. So who cares? Would I watch it again? Yeah, I think I would. And it's definitely a Christmas movie.
You didn't say if it was a Christmas movie or
Well,
not.
it's obviously a Christmas movie.
Which-
It's during Christmas.
When people would say that before, I'm like, I don't know because I've never seen it, but I
Right.
didn't want to say that
So
out loud.
now you know,
Same.
and now you're equipped
Yes,
to have a conversation about it.
and now I can feel it in my heart.
Yeah.
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 I mean, it obviously took place Christmas Eve. It is a Christmas movie.
It is.
It was just a series of unfortunate accidents.
It's as much of a Christmas movie as Gremlins.
Or Home Alone.
or It's a Wonderful Life.
Mm-hmm. Very, very similar.
Right.
Yeah. Or Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah, same premise.
Yeah, all the same. So, yeah, Die Hard. Good movie.
Yeah.
It was great seeing you guys.
Back at
Great
ya.
seeing you again too. Now you can go home.
Now I can go home.
Bye-bye.
So thanks for joining us at the Shermer High Alumni Association. If you had as much fun as we did, hit follow, leave a review, and share this episode with your fellow 80s movie lovers. Until next time, be kind and don't forget to rewind. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.